YouTube. How's everybody doing? It's Sunday night. BroncoStevens on YouTube. Hope everybody had an awesome weekend. Today was an interesting day. This morning I got up way earlier than I like to because I'm a night owl. I probably was, well, there's no probably. I went to sleep a little after 4 a.m. last night, but I had to get up at 8. Well, I didn't have to get up at 8. I chose to get up at 8 because I had a 10:30 photo shoot. First time in my life I ever had to do that. And what that was for is when I bought my studio package where I have my music recorded, part of that package is that they do photos. And so I showed up today to do that. And it wasn't, in my mind, it was going to be a bigger deal than it was. Hey, Tommy boy, how you doing? Cannot have the quit. Yeah, you're the first one in. Yeah, well done. But that doesn't get you the quit. Not yet. Not ready to give that thing up yet. How you doing? You have a good weekend? Do anything special? I was just talking about going and doing pictures this morning. Just for I bought BroncoStevens.com. I'm going to turn that into my webpage. I'm going to get a developer, web builder, whatever you call them, and have them do that where I can have my music all in one spot where you can find it and have merchandise and like a area to book me for like local shows and stuff. Or no, you can book me for world tours if you want to, but that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, just to have some photos for that, and it was pretty smooth. I don't know what I was expecting in my head, but it was real easy. And but I'm glad to have it done because I had to get up early to do it. And so I'm a bit tired. Started a little bit later this evening than I wanted to. Your kid goes back to school tomorrow. So you had a bonfire, a bunch of shenanigans. Oh yeah, on the ATV. That's always a good time. As long as nobody gets hurt, it's a good time. Yeah, it reminds me of growing up. We always were outside and riding dangerous things, and bonfires and stuff were awesome. My dad had a real good fire pit that we used to. Actually, I dug it. For some reason, one summer I just decided for exercise I was going to dig a giant hole, and it was deep. It was so deep that I had to put a rope and a bucket in it, and I got down below the earth. This was in Ohio, and I got below the earth, and it was all gravel. And I dug like 5 or 6 feet down into just gravel. And then my dad turned it into a giant fire pit, and my friends called it like the pit of hell because it was deep and on fire all the time, and he would just burn things in that. And we'd jump over it and stuff. And of course, my parents would always get mad, like, "Don't do that." And it was, it's dumb. One bad jump, and I guess you're in the fiery hole, which would have been bad. 30 acres, man, that's awesome. That's my dream, get out on some acreage and just live life, So your kids could also do risky things. Yeah, they're going to do it. But, it's all good for balance and skill and confidence and exercise. And there's so many benefits to living a little bit dangerously that a lot of kids don't get these days. So kudos to you for getting your kids outside and let them engage in such behaviors, because a lot of people are indoors almost all the time anymore. It's crazy. Hey, what's up, Zach? How are you doing tonight? Yeah, you did make it on time. I haven't played a lick yet. I'm just chatting, just doing some talking with everybody. Mainly Tommy Boy. He was the first one in. So there's a few of you hanging out there. So if you're out there, say hello. If you haven't taken the opportunity to like the live, that would be awesome of you. Just double tap that screen. And if you're not subscribed to the BroncoStevens channel, what are you doing, people? What's up, lady? Hi. Yeah, don't. All right, just stay over there. They're everywhere, people. I have 6 kids, so they're running around everywhere. I try to come on live and rehearse my original music once an evening, and sometimes I'm able to do that. Sometimes life gets a little too busy. Hey, can you close that door behind you, sweetie?
I can't find any.
Girl, you left the door wide open. And so when I can, I come in here and rehearse my music, and I do it live on YouTube so I can meet people. You stay out. And I've got them all ages from like 4 up to 24. Not all ages, but a bunch of them in there. You got a new guitar? No, I'm just going to play my really old guitar. This is Montgomery Ward's 1930s, 1940s. I'm not sure which, somewhere in that era. it was a department store guitar. Back then, you would go to your local department store and you would order it. And this was actually, I can't remember if it's Roadmaster or what they call it, but it's made by Gibson. I did the old Google image the other day, and finally took a picture of it and thought, well, let's see what this thing is. And that's what it pulled up, first attempt, and it had the department store and everything right. So I was like, dang, that's so accurate. It's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You don't see a lot of things like this anymore, you know. So it's a fun one to play. It doesn't. There's certain songs I won't play on here. Like I'm not gonna do Sweet Thing on here because if you get too far down on the neck, some of the notes dead out a little bit. But it's not too bad. Tracker, how you doing, buddy? Doing homework? Good to see you. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna get started, people. Sally, how are you? Yeah. Unit 1, Review 1. Back in school, buddy, yeah. Let the homework begin, right? Be busy from day in to day out. So I'm BroncoStevens. I'm an original singer-songwriter. I'm 51 years old, and I just want to keep doing music. I really enjoy it. I got back into it a couple of years ago after a long, long break, and I've always liked writing songs and singing. When I was young, I had a bunch of talented musicians around me, so I didn't ever have to play an instrument. I just would sing for we'd all hang out and I'd sing songs when people played stuff. And I had a band in my 20s and things like that. And but then, you go through life, and I got married and had kids and stuff, and didn't have any musicians around me. And so just started playing guitar and getting back into writing songs. And it took a long time for my guitar skills to get decent enough to play any good music. And I feel like they're coming along now, pretty decent. And now you all can tell me what you think, I guess. Anyhow, I'm going to do this first song. I've actually released a song. You can find it. It's called For Kristen. It's a song I did for my wife, and hopefully it'll sound decent on this guitar. I don't play this guitar a whole lot. I got a different one I play. But I just thought this one would be fun to play tonight, so I brought it out. All right, this one here is called For Kristen. My life, something missing. The puzzle pieces weren't fitting. And all of a sudden, there she was, in the Wednesday crowd, Kristen. What do I need to do to get through to you? You're perfect the way that you are. There could only be one of you in my life. You were the star, and you burned bright. You changed my life, and I miss so much love for you. And all of a sudden it was different, life that wasn't before. Pieces just started fitting, and soon the picture was done. What do I need to do to get through to you? You're perfect the way that you are. I know you got things that you're going through, and I do too. And I want you to know you're perfect the way you are. There could only be one of you. You shine like the stars. To Kristen, the winds they cry for you. And all of my life, something missing. This one's for you. To Kristen, the winds they cry for you. And all of my life, something missing. This one's for you. And all of a sudden it was brighter, like the sun was finally around. Here on the world that is gray and dark, you live lit it up like a spark. What do I need to do to get through to me? It's perfect the way that it is. Every table right next to each other, and that is as good as it gets. What do I have to do? What do you gotta do? What are we putting ourselves through? What do I have to do? What do you gotta do? What are we putting ourselves through? Kristen, the winds they cry for you. It's all of my life, something missing. This one's for you. Kristen, the winds they cry for you. All of my life, something missing. This one's for you. It's all of my life, something missing. This one's for you. All right. Tommy Boys, after that, quit. If you hate school, just wait till you start work. Oh, yeah. Just a continuation of the same thing, basically, doing what you're told to do over and over again. All right. Moxie Man, how are you? Sing to my empty life. I don't really have an empty life, but I'll sing to this hollow body. How about that? All right, Tracker. You work too. Where do you work, buddy? Dread House. Welcome in, bud. He's hungry. He's hungry. You wanting that werewolf? Yeah. We can do it. What the heck? It's early. That was the first song. So what Dread House is talking about is this crazy thing that happened to me not that long ago. So it starts out sad because, well, it is sad. My father-in-law, before that, well, let's go back even further than that. My mother-in-law got pancreatic cancer, got real sick, and we basically knew we didn't have much time because that pancreatic cancer sucks. I mean, there's a lot of cancers that suck, but that pancreatic is among the worst. And so she didn't last very long. I mean, the life expectancy for that is very low. And so then my father-in-law was alone and kind of depressed, and we were kind of giving him his space, probably more space in retrospect than we should have. And we found out that, well, we already knew he had cancer, but he had it like on his kidneys. He had a kidney removed. He was going to dialysis and things like that. And but then he started having problems with his heart. And my wife, who used to work in the medical field, kind of caught it. We took him in, and he was in a bad way with his heart. And he was supposed to have quadruple bypass, but he only had double because the other half of his heart was too bad to go ahead and do. So anyway, he makes it through all of that. And doctor was like, yeah, you did really good. There's no telling at this point what's going to happen, and you should start to feel better. Anyway, long story short, he came back to live with us, and he probably wasn't here a month, to be honest with you. It was a short time. It was a sweet time and a short time, and just it was good that we had the time, but it was sad that it was so short. And so anyway, we're cleaning out the room after he passes away because we gave up our room, and so we're trying to reclaim the space basically, and we're bagging stuff up. Actually, no, kind of think no, yeah, it was afterwards, and we're cleaning stuff up, and with 6 kids, you kind of just direct it like, you do this, you do that, and you're helping and handing people this and that. And so we hand my son a bag of trash that's full, and we're like, hey, and this is, we're working into the evening and stuff. And so I hand my son, yeah, I have cancer for real. I hand him a bag of trash to take outside, and I see him get toward the door and start to hesitate. And I know he's going to ask if someone will go with him. And so before he asked one of his siblings, because it was dark, and in Tulsa, it doesn't really matter where you live. There's really no, I mean, there was good areas and bad areas, but stuff can happen in any area. And so being nighttime, I thought, it'd be smart to go with him. But I made him ask because I was kind of testing him as a father, what he would do. And he goes, hey, and he starts to ask one of his siblings. I'm like, hey, son, do you want someone to go outside with you while you take that trash out? And he's like, yes. Would you go? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And so I go stand out there, and I was like, were you scared to go out here by yourself? And he was like, yeah. And I said, well, what are you scared of? And he goes, like kidnappers. And I'm like, okay, that's a good answer. Kidnapper, that's a real possibility, I guess, that could happen to you. He's 12. And I said, well, what about werewolves? Because I'm goofy. And so he just kind of chuckled because he's beyond that point. I mean, he's one of those kids that likes to watch horror flicks. I don't like to watch them, and I prefer he not, but he likes to watch that stuff. And so he's seen some, scary movies and stuff. And so he just kind of chuckled it off. And I was like, what about kidnapping werewolves? And I thought, hey, that's a good idea for a movie. When I grew up, kind of the werewolf movies were kind of silly anyway. You had like Teen Wolf and American Werewolf in London and things like that. There was no real scary werewolf movie. And to this day, I can't think of any real scary werewolf movie that I've ever seen that had me like scared. I don't know what it is about that. But anyway, and so I think of this, and I'm like, that'd be funny, like kidnapping werewolves of Tulsa, because I live in Tulsa. It could be a movie because American Werewolves in London. And so I go back inside, and I'm not kidding you, this is where it gets really weird. You're just going to have to just bear with me, okay? So my phone rings, okay? And I'll tell you, I am over 50, and I get and I've had my phone number for a long time, so I get tons and tons of spam calls. But for some reason, I answer it. Well, I know why. Because a lot of times I play with the spammers. And that's probably why I have so many spam calls to begin with, because they'll call me and I'll keep them on the phone, and they'll be like, hey, can you give me the number off your health insurance card or blah blah blah. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that. Give me a second to get my wallet. And then I'll like put the phone down by the radio or something, and come back 5-10 minutes later if they're still there, and be like, all right, 1 second, I'll be right back. And just kind of, they're going to waste my time, so I'll turn around and waste their time a lot of times. And so I was thinking it was going to be one of those situations. So I answer the phone, and the guy goes, hello, is this BroncoStevens? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, hey, I'm casting a movie in your area. And he said, I've talked to a few people and I've seen some of your YouTube videos. And he goes, I think you would be a really good fit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not even an actor. I've never applied or whatever you call auditioned. That's the word I'm looking for. My stroke brain was struggling to grab it. For anything. He goes, well, he starts naming some people I know, which kind of made me feel a little bit better about the situation. And they had turned him on to me, basically, and he'd looked at some of my, I guess, earlier YouTube stuff. He wasn't even interested in the music, which kind of makes me upset because I'm really into the music. But anyway, never look a gift horse in the mouth. And so he goes, yeah, we think you'd be a great fit. And I'm like, well, for what? And he goes, for the dad. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you've seen like you've seen my videos of like He's a Dad and stuff where I'm like, if you scroll back far enough, you'll find the He's a Dad videos in my video section when I used to get on here and do some comedy stuff more often than I do now. And he goes, we think you'd be a good fit for the dad. And then it all starts seeming really real because I'm like, okay, he's mentioning people I know. He's mentioning content that I have. I said, okay, this must be legit. And I start to get a little bit excited. And I'm like, okay, cool. What's the movie? And this part gave me chills. And he goes, it's for the kidnapping werewolves of Tulsa. And I'm like, what? And literally, I just thought, you ever have a thing you think of, and then you see like an invention or something, and then like 2 weeks later you see the invention, you're like, what is this all about? I thought I invented that. Literally, this happened within seconds. I think of this thing, and then I'm getting a call, but it's even crazier because I'm involved in the thing. So it's like X times X crazy, okay? And so I'm like, dude, no way you just said that. And he's like, why? And I said, because I just literally thought that up. And he just kind of laughed. And I said, well, what? When are we going to sit down and talk about this? I said, this is the craziest thing ever. And he goes, well, just come back outside. Again, like chills. I'm like, what is going on? So I figure I'm asleep or something, this can't be real. But I open the door and I walk outside, and sure enough, there is a car pulled in front of, like, I've got 4 cars, this many people in the house, I got a bunch of cars. And so they're all in the driveway. But in front of the house by the mailbox is where his car is. And it's dark, can't really see the car. It's a sportier car, I can tell that. And it has like glowing neon lights all on the inside, which I thought was kind of different. Anyway, and so I approach the car, and the window's cracked, and I can tell there's someone, obviously driving the car. And I got the phone in my hand. I'm like, is this you? And he goes, yeah, get in. And so I thought I was going to walk around the car and like get in the passenger seat. Well, the back door opens on the side I'm walking up to, and I get in, and no sooner than I sit in this car, the other door opens up, and my son's standing there trying to get in the car. I'm like, son, what are you doing? Because in that moment, I realized I'm doing a dumb thing, getting in a stranger's vehicle, but I especially don't want him getting in. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, Mom heard you on the phone and sent me out here to find out what you're doing. And so he gets in the car, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, son, mind your business, basically is what I wanted to say. But before I could say that, this car, the doors aren't even shut yet. My son's door is like definitely open at this point. The car takes off, driving. And I'm in a neighborhood, right? The speed limit's got to be like 25, okay? This dude's going probably 45, 50 with my son's door open. So I'm like, this is nuts. And so I move him in, we get the door shut. It's glowing like red inside of this car. And it was a strange situation. And then the music is loud, like the dude is cranking this music up. And I still remember it because it was like, I'd never heard this song. Then it was like, let's go for a ride, let's go for a ride, you'll be lucky if you come back with your life. Let's go for a ride tonight, let's go for a ride tonight, you'll be lucky if you save your life. And I'm like, okay, this isn't good either, because not only am I in a car going somewhere that I don't know where I'm going with somebody I don't know where I'm going with, my son who shouldn't be there, but he's also playing a song that says, let's go for a ride, you'll be lucky if you say, if you come back with your life. And I'm like, this is not good. And so then I realize this car has got like a limo visor thing across the front of it. I can't even see the dude, okay? Because I'm thinking, grab him, do something, because this is nuts. And so at this point, I'm looking at my son, he's looking at me, this music is going crazy, and I'm not even stretching this a bit. We both start laughing, and I don't know why. I think it's one of those responses that I have to danger or sadness. Like, I'm the type of dude, and I mean no disrespect for this, I'm the type of dude that like laughs at funerals because I'm so awkward, because I can't deal with the seriousness, and so I have to like crack jokes and stuff and lighten the mood, I guess. And so I think that's what was going on there. Like, just my nervous system was such a wreck that I was just like laughing. And I don't know if he was laughing because I was laughing. Hey, B-Dub, how you doing? Gage, how you doing? And but anyway, we're laughing, and I almost see like tears coming out of his eyes because he's laughing so hard. But I think he's like maybe like crying, laughing. I don't know. It was a weird situation. And he's driving for a while, and we, obviously we stop laughing, and I kind of try to whisper a few things to my son, but it's really loud, and I can't tell if he's hearing me or not. I was trying to tell him, look, I don't know who this dude is. Obviously, we're in probably a bad situation. Follow my lead, but I don't think he can hear me. And so we drive for about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. And I know where we end up, because it's like this Sam's Club that they remodeled, I guess, isn't it? They took an old one, quit using it, and built a bigger, better one near it, which they do that a lot with different businesses. I'll never understand. Well, I guess I do. They're just growth. But anyway, so we're there, and I'm like, this is not a good place. There's nothing in that building. And I know there's not, because I used to shop there, and now I don't. And so the car stops, and that little thing comes down in the front. I'm like, okay, here we go. Now I'm going to figure out what the crap is going on. And that window comes down, and the dude turns around, and he looks at me. And this is the part where you're going to be like, this is too weird. The dude's a werewolf. Yeah, and I know, and that's why I'm taking a minute for you to let that sink in. He is a werewolf, okay? And so I start thinking, dude, you got me. You got me so good, because he's a casting director for this movie. And I'm thinking, okay, you've got Hollywood costume stuff going on, right? You know? And so I'm like, that is the best prank ever. And he goes, get out of the car. And we get out of the car. And I don't even know why I'm doing what this dude werewolf says to do. But I think it has to do with, like, I don't know, you ever seen the old, like, what do you call it, Dracula movies, where the monster just has this type of charisma that makes no sense, and you just do what it says to do. I don't know if it was like some type of mind control or hypnosis or just curiosity, you know, that bit of danger that sometimes you seek out even though you shouldn't, especially with your son there. And so I get out of the car, and he's like, this is another part that I really remember. He's like 9 feet tall, okay? And I'm thinking, this Hollywood stuff is legit, okay? Because I've never been on the scene of like a Hollywood, I mean, obviously, I'm a dad of 6 kids. I've never been on like a Hollywood set or anything to see like that level of costume, basically. And so he's like, go. And he nods toward the door of the abandoned, what used to be a Sam's Club. And I'm like, in there? He's like, go. And so we go, and we start walking towards the door. And again, I thought we could run, but I thought, you know, I got my boy, I better just wait for an opportunity. And so we walk toward the Sam's Club, and we go inside, and sure enough, it is not occupied by Sam's Club or any of its, you know, pallets or any of that stuff. But what is there is 10 times more disturbing. We go in, and all those places where you would be shopping in a Sam's Club, all happy with the air conditioning and, you know, buying your bulk this and bulk that, are occupied by what looks like almost like little cages, holding cells for where people were. And I say that because there's like belongings of people that used to be there. There's no people there, but there's like clothes for a woman in this one with some cups and, you know, just general things. And then we go to the next one, similar but different. And it's like this all the way down this aisle. And he's walking us down the aisle. And then he starts humming, okay? And I do remember this. He's like, I'm hungry. That's not, maybe I don't remember it. I'm hungry. I don't remember it. Hungry. We're going to have to change it because I don't remember it. Oh, no, I do. I'm hungry. Yeah, that's what it was like. Oh, I haven't eaten in 3 days. Excuse me, Mr. Werewolf, dude. Did you just say that you're hungry and you haven't eaten in 3 days? Yeah, I just interrupted, dude. And he turns and he looks at me and he's like, yeah. And I said, are you gonna eat us? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, this isn't good. I said, okay, all right, dude, let me run something by you, because I'm pretty quick on my feet, okay? And so the boy's there, he's standing next to me, he's kind of tugging on me a little bit, like, you know, let's not antagonize the werewolf. But at this point, I'm like, it's time to show your cards, okay? I need to know who you are, what game you're playing, because you're talking about eating my son and I don't think that's funny, you know? And so, but at this point, I'm still not convinced he's not a werewolf. And I know that sounds stupid, right? It sounds dumb. It sounds like, how do you not know? But the whole situation was so weird, and I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. But one minute I'm home, the next minute I'm with what could be a werewolf who wants to eat me. And so I'm assuming at this point he is a werewolf, because it's so weird and bizarre. And so I say, okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had steak, like from a cow? Have you ever had a steak? And he looks at me and he goes, no, I just eat people. And I could tell he did, because there were tons of places where people used to be. And I said, well, let me ask you something. Would you be willing to try? And you know, this is one of those things when you ask a question and you're expecting a yes or no answer. And what he said was so mind-boggling to me, or I just wasn't ready for it. He looks at me, and he turns and looks at me, and he goes, well, I do have a hard time sleeping at night after their screams. And I'm like, whoa, dude, that is so profound, you know? I didn't think that you were going to say that. I would thought that you were going to say you'd be willing to try it or not willing to try it. But he drops that bomb on me about having a hard time sleeping after he hears people scream when he eats them. I guess being a werewolf comes with its complications. And so, anyway, I said, well, would you like to try? And he goes, yeah, I would try that. I said, okay, let's make a deal, okay? Let's make an honest human to werewolf deal where let's go back to my house. I have a freezer in my garage. I just bought half a cow. I've got all kinds of stuff. Like I've got New York strips, I got fillets, I got sirloins, I got Kansas City strips. I got all kinds of stuff. I said, let's go back there and we'll have ourselves an old-fashioned barbecue, and I will get the grill out and we will cook up all kinds of steak, and you can try steak. And I said, okay, here's the deal. If you like it, we live, you know? And he goes, okay. I thought he was going to put up more of a fight or say something crazy again, but he's like, okay. And so we just stop right there. Everything just, all of a sudden, we're going back towards the car. We turn right where we were, around, start walking back to the car. And there's just this sense of hope that I didn't have a few seconds ago. And we're walking back to the car, and we get there, get back in the car. Here we go again. Let's go for a ride. Let's go for a ride tonight. I hope my stick do the job. Let's go for a ride tonight. Let's go for a ride tonight. I hope my steak can save my life. And so we get back to my house, and you know, I open the garage door, I go in there, start grabbing steaks out. My wife's like frosting steak after steak, getting them ready, and we get a bunch together. I got the grill going, got it getting hot. You know, I tell her just to, you know, go start making some fixings, you know, wrapping some stuff up in foil with butter and seasoning and stuff. We're going to do this thing. And so we're sitting out in the yard, and it's dark out. I mean, this isn't the right time to have a barbecue, but, you know, it was the most critical time of my entire life to ever have a barbecue. But anyway, so we start everything going. Everything's fine, you know, meat's grilling. We're outside sitting. Werewolf's chilling in a lounge chair, ridiculously large. He looks, you know, like a little kid sitting in he looks like a big kid sitting in a little kid chair. And everything's fine. And all of a sudden, you know, I start pulling food off, traying it up. My wife comes out with the tray of the steaks. And sorry, I was trying to read here. Hey, Mariana de la Rosa, how are you tonight? I'm just telling you. I don't know if you've heard me tell this story about the werewolf or not, but so anyway, we're basically at this point having a barbecue, and the werewolf's there, and my wife comes out the front door with all these steaks that I cooked, and he turns and he looks at my wife and he goes, juicy. Now, I don't know if he was talking about the steak or her, but my mind, I'm so defensive of my wife. I assumed he was talking about her. And I got angry. And so I pushed him, you know. I was like, don't talk to my wife like that. And he gets up and he lets out one of these, and he's full werewolfing out. I mean, he's angry. And we start scrapping. I'm not kidding. We're scrapping, the werewolf and I. And at one point during this thing, my son, I guess he's like me, foolish and full of confidence, overconfident. He jumps up from behind this werewolf and he grabs him by the neck and he's hanging there. Now, what's good about werewolves, I don't know if you've ever given a werewolf a hug or not, but they have this kind of longer neck. And so it gave a great opportunity for my son to get in there and put him in this hanging chokehold. Like my son's behind him, wrapped around, hanging from his backside. And I'm fighting him from the front. And my son hung there long enough to basically take enough wind out of him that I started winning. And at that point, he does a super werewolf move. I guess, you know, it's true. They're strong. And he does this thing where he just kind of does one of these real quick. And my son lets go. And he flies probably 8 feet through the air. And he lands. And at that point, I went... the best way I can describe it is like somewhere between Matrix and Venom. Because I swear every attack that werewolf did... And I'm not even kidding when I say this. It felt like I had extra arms. I'm not even sure I didn't. And that sounds so crazy. I'm not even sure I didn't have extra arms at that point. Like I was metamorphosizing or something. Like there were things happening that I've never had happen before. But you know, people can lift cars and stuff to save babies and stuff, or human. You know, there's been documentation of people like lifting cars off of people with adrenaline and stuff. So I don't know if I was somewhere between that and just this crazy state of rage. I don't know, but I know that it has never happened before or since. And so I'm just defending and doing all I can. Well, finally, I see an opportunity, and I fight dirty, especially when I fight werewolves. And so I reach down. I think you know where I'm going with this. And I get him. And I don't know if you've ever seen that video where the guy's like, twist his deep, you know. I do one of those deals. And then the werewolf does one of these. But this time the pitch was a little higher. Okay? You sit on the throne of lies. No, this happened. I'm telling you. You got to listen to the rest of it. Will Ferrell. And so, anyhow, battling the werewolf. And I get him. And at that point, it's one of those things where it felt like time kind of stopped. And right as the werewolf was done howling, he had his mouth open. And my wife, in her girl wisdom, took one of the tongs of meat and just did one of these right in the werewolf's mouth. Like just not to hurt him, but to feed him. And she literally puts the steak in his mouth. And he sits there and he chews on it. And this is like another moment that stood out in my mind. It's like time stopped completely. Like he's chewing on that meat. I'm looking at him. I'm also looking at my wife. My wife's looking at me. She's looking at the werewolf. The werewolf's looking at both of us. And we're all just kind of like checking each other out. And all of a sudden, he says, I like it. And we all just kind of just paused for a little bit. And I'm like, you like the steak? And he's like, yeah, I like it. He's like, I like it a lot. I like it better than people. And I'm like, woohoo, we're going to live. This is amazing, right? And then he goes, well, so what do we do now? What time are we eating tomorrow? You know? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, I'm going to eat this now. And I'm like, well, dude, you're not going to eat it on my dime. I've already got 6 kids. I can't feed 6 kids and a werewolf, you know? You're big. You're probably expensive. I don't want to do that. And he goes, well, do you want to live? And I'm like, yeah. And I said, well, have you thought about maybe doing some work like the rest of us do and earning an honest day's wage to make your money for food or whatnot? And he goes, so how do you all get the meat? And I explained to him about, ranchers and cattle and things like that. And he goes, all right, I'll do that. And I thought that was it. And I never saw, I don't even know to this day if I should call him the dude or the werewolf. There was no reason that I shouldn't assume he was a werewolf other than that werewolves aren't real. I guess logically speaking, he should have been a human in a costume, but I just don't think he was. And so anyway, he disappears. I never see him again. But he goes on to be one of the largest distributors of meat in the world. You've probably eaten some of his meat. That sounds bad, but you probably have. And which, you're always wondering, like, what's in the meat. Hopefully it's not people. I mean, there's been rumors of people I can't even say it because I'll get in trouble. McRestaurant places. Rumors, I don't know. You never seen those little videos where, like, there's this many burgers going out and there's not enough meat to go around to do all that? Makes you wonder, right? Gage. I knew somebody would say something about you probably eating his meat. Anyhow, so he goes on, and apparently he's doing really, really good. Better than I'm doing, and he's got it figured out better than I am. And he's never once sent me a check or anything. Unbelievable. If you're out there, let me just take this moment to speak up for myself. If you're out there, Mr. Werewolf dude, who never formally introduced himself, I never even got a name from you, but I gave you all of your know-how of how to go out and become a rancher and take care of yourself, and I haven't seen a penny. Well, I guess I shouldn't complain because I am alive, and my son's alive. So thank you for that. But other than that, you're kind of stingy. All right? I said it. I shouldn't say it. You think I know he knows where I live. Maybe he has buddies. I don't know. Can I get a take back? My song, Sometimes They Come Out. This is going to be one of those regrets when I came on here and complained about you sparing my life. Anyhow, so then I got to thinking about the whole thing. After time has gone by. I mean, I've been in the store and showed my kids packages of his meat. There you go. There's another setup for you, Gage. And I said package and meat in the same sentence. Anyway, so I mean, time has gone by, and I got to thinking about it, and the whole thing was kind of like profound to me. Like, I thought about how, the werewolf, he was just doing what he knew to do. He only ate humans. And I'm sure it started when he was little. It's not like at some point he just said, I'm going to decide to complicate my life and only eat humans who keep me up at night when I hear their screams. No, he was taught that. And so he didn't know another way until somebody offered him another way. And now, I'll take credit for that. In that situation, it was me. I offered him another way, and it changed his life. And all he had to do was being open to making a change. And sometimes I think a lot of us do that. I think we get stuck, and the only way we know how to do things is the way that we were taught. And we close our minds off to other ways. And so I guess what I'm saying is, based off of this story, is that maybe somebody's out there telling you a different way, and you just don't want to listen. And maybe you should consider alternative ways. Just a thought for you. And then I thought about the whole fight, with me and the werewolf. And I thought how in that moment of great difficulty and despair, I was capable of doing great things that I could never normally do. I was blocking and just super strength and agility all at once. Like, it was unbelievable. And then I just thought about that, how sometimes life serves us up with things that are so overwhelming we don't know how we're going to do it. But then we usually, I don't want to say always, because maybe sometimes we don't, but in my life, anytime something extremely difficult came along that I didn't think I was going to get through it, I found a way to get through it. And I rose to the occasion. And I think that's what happens to a lot of us, is that under pressure, a lot of us do become diamonds. We get a little sharper and a little better, a little brighter. And I just thought about the whole movie, and I thought, it's a pretty good movie. It has a lot of I don't know if insight's the right word. There's just a lot of meaning behind it. And I thought, The Kidnapping Werewolves of Tulsa would be a great movie, and I thought I'd go ahead and cast myself in it. And so the whole thing was just a big, you knew this with the Christmas comments and the lies and all this. It's a story, but it's my story, and I like to tell it. So that's the Kidnapping Werewolf of Tulsa, starring BroncoStevens as the dad. All right, there it is. Mariana De La Rosa, thank you. I appreciate that. I like telling stories. I'm a dad with 6 kids, and so I've told a lot of stories, bedtime stories and things like that through the years. And I think it's kind of a lost art. I don't know how many people, hopefully a lot of people still do it, but something tells me it's happening less and less across the world. And so I like to do that when I get a chance. My wife's going to bathe, apparently. If you hear running water, that's her filling a tub. All right, let's do some music. We've got one song out, and we're 45 minutes into this thing, so apparently I'm a chatterbox this evening. All right, so I've got my other guitar out. This is my kind of antique guitar. It's a 1930s to 1940s era, what they call F-hole style right here, instead of the hole in the center. Guitars. It's made by Gibson, and I like it. I don't play it a ton because it's playable, but not super playable. I'm gonna hold off on Alex in Wonderland. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more concrete stuff for a little bit. We'll see if I get to it or not. But right now, I think I want to go ahead and do Sometimes They Come Out, a song about regrets. What did I do? What did I do? Can this be true? Can this be true? What did I do? 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 Can this be true? Can this be true? Got regrets so big that can swallow my whole, I do. And I try to hide them away from me and you. But sometimes they come out, and I'm forced to think about you. Skeletons in my closet, I got them too. And I try to hide them away from me and you. But sometimes they come out, and the dance all about, oh yes they do. Oh yes they do. I'm a contradiction of my position. 10 seconds and one bad decision, and now I gotta live my life without you. I'm a contradiction of my position. 10 seconds and one bad decision, and now I gotta live my life without you. Got a little boy inside, oh yes I do. And he wants to come outside and play with you. He's afraid if he does, he might not like who he was, oh yes it's true. I got an angry beast inside, I'm afraid it's true. He's the one I'm scared to introduce to you. But sometimes he breaks out, makes me scream and shout till I turn blue. Till I turn blue. I'm a contradiction of my position. 10 seconds and one bad decision, and now I gotta live my life without you. I'm a contradiction of my position. 10 seconds and one bad decision, and now I gotta live my life without you. All right. How is everybody doing? Oh, thanks. All right. I think I'm going to do On Love next. Welcome in, everybody. If you're not familiar with me, I'm BroncoStevens. I'm an original singer-songwriter and storyteller, apparently. I'm going to be doing just original stories and songs. And you can find my music where you stream. If you're out there listening to the streaming platforms, look for BroncoStevens as one word, not two. So no space between Bronco and Stevens. And you can find the song For Kristen, which I played first tonight. And then I have another song out there called Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight. And I'll soon have a third song called Addiction. And then I'll have 3 more behind that with studio sessions that I have booked. So any of these could be the next 3 after Addiction. Not, it's never finalized until I show up and put it down. But anyway, this one here is called On Love. Love is patient, love is kind. Love doesn't envy or boast. It does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes and endures all things. So tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, there's probably a lot of things you'll need to change in your life. Love is patient, love is kind. Love doesn't envy or boast. It does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes and endures all things. So tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, there's probably a lot of things you'll need to change in your life. Tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, there's probably a lot of things you'll need to change in your life. All right. Played this one last night. I think it's called I Remember. I'm not going to look at the lyrics tonight because I didn't like the lyrics I wrote down. All right. Bronco, I really like that one. No, thank you, Kitty. I didn't see you jump in. Good to have you. How's Canada? How's everybody up there in Canada? Timber, I was watching his live earlier. Looked like it was raining, or it had just rained. We haven't gotten much rain here in Tulsa. A little bit this last week, very little bit. But other than that, it's been dry, super dry. Absolutely great. Good. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to do this one. I think it's called I Remember.
Being young, hands in the air, reaching for the sun. Oh, I didn't have to worry about a thing. I live day to day. It was like a dream. Oh, I remember getting older, introduced things to me like responsibility. Oh, life it seemed to have a little more weight. Oh, once you take on some, we'll find your way. Oh, I remember you were there. Oh, I could close my eyes and I could smell your hair. Time goes by. I remember getting quite a bit older. So many new things to worry about. Start looking over my shoulder at life I have. The freedom seemed long gone. Now my days are spent working my fingers to the bone. Oh, I remember years gone by in a blur. Working just to get by, that's for sure. Just when I seem to get a headline, would knock me down. But I'm not staying here. Oh, on that round no more. Oh, when they say time, it heals all things. But it's also there every time they take away. Oh, and when I'm gone, don't you cry for me. I'm gonna spread my wings, finally be free.
I gotta get some lyrics written to that one. All right. Stormy, but okay. Yeah, a little rain doesn't hurt anything. Which makes me think of Smiles Today. Let's do that one. Oh, you still out there, Gage? I asked because I know you'd like this one.
Smiles around today, frowns around no way, sounds come round today. It's all about today.
Go to bed. Love you, girl.
I told you that you'd be alright, that you'd make it home just fine. The words don't mean a thing to you, and you did just as you do. The rain keeps falling down on me. How am I supposed to sleep? The rain keeps falling down on me. How am I supposed to sleep? Walk around today, looking for things to say, figure things out today. It's all about today. I told you that you'd be alright, that you'd make it home just fine. Words don't mean a thing to you, and you did just as you do. The rain keeps falling down on me. How am I supposed to sleep? The rain keeps falling down on me. How am I supposed to sleep? Smiles around today, frowns around the way, sounds come out today. It's all about today.
All right, Gage, you have a good night. My daughter just went to bed too, so I know it's later where you're at because you said it was like 3 a.m. the other day. You're like several hours ahead, so all right, bud. I'll see you on the next one. All right, I think I'm gonna do Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight. No, actually, I want to do the race. I want to see it. This thing has this little kind of guard on it. I've been doing this little tap maneuver when I do the race. I'm gonna see how it sounds on this thing. Probably wretched, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do the tap here and then. All right, tap and thud. Wonder if I should tap. Oh, okay, there I go.
I'm falling flat down on my face again.
This is crazy.
And I can't seem to change the pace, my friend. I'm surely not going to change my mind. I run this race until the end of time. I'm sure I'll get behind, it's in my nature too. No, I can't keep up, I'll have to follow you. And when I find someone that's down along the way, Lord, I'll pick 'em up. And this is what I'll say to 'em. There's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. Of things leading some direction. Be sure where you're heading. There's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. Well, there's leading some direction. Be sure where you're heading. Run and run and run till the race is done. Some more laugh and joke, even make fun. They're the ones who need your help probably the most. Hurting on the inside, even though they boast. Tell them there's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. But there's leading some direction. Be sure where you're heading. There's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. But there's leading some direction. Be sure where you're heading, my friend. Someone picked me up, it seems it was my friend. It's nice to have friends along the way. We're racing to the end. This is what we'll say. Tell them there's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. Well, there's needing some direction. Be sure where you're heading. There's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. Well, there's needing some direction. Be sure where you're heading, my friends.
Sorry, that was crazy. This whole guard is way longer down than I expected it to be. So to find the body of the guitar, and he was going to be a stretch. I'm playing a different guitar tonight. I like this guitar, but it's not the best playable guitar. It just has the most personality. It's I don't know. I like it. All right. Let's see here. So that song is called "The Race," and if you're just tuning in, I'm BroncoStevens, original singer-songwriter, and Hope you double tap and like the live and subscribe and come back and see me. I do these live streams nightly where I rehearse my original music, and I do have music where you stream. You can check out the song For Kristen, and you can also check out this one here I'm about to play called Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight.
Started if I couldn't finish, but I wasn't stronger than a pipe on spinach. She left us for dead here the way that I'd want. She called me a bastard, called her you know what. That was the end for at least one day. And that was the end for at least one day. Now sometimes I'm good days and sometimes I'm a mess. She'll hold me tight, she says I love you no less. She's too much to forget, but easy to forgive. Well, life on together is now how we live. Don't want it to end, God, please more days. want it to end. God, please, Monday. Nobody tells you about the hard seasons of life. They put on the faces and pretend that it's alright. Nobody tells you that it's okay to fight till you find someone who boldly changes your mind. Now sometimes she don't like me, her words sting a bit. She's called me a lot of things, but she never called it quits. They say love has a feeling, and I think they're right. Most times it's amazing, but sometimes love feels like a fight. And that was the start of the rest of our lives. Yeah, that was the start. That was the start of the rest of our lives. Yeah. That was the start of the rest of our lives. Who do we have here? Oh, Deborah, welcome in. How you doing? Dr. Eva Kaleman, how you doing tonight? Welcome back. All right. Oh, thanks, Kitty. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna try Pedro on here. Certain guitars, certain guitars make certain songs sound better. And on a whole, I think I like my other guitar, but for some of these other unusual chords, I think like Pedro, and sometimes they come out. I think this guitar does them pretty well. Pedro, your voice is cold. You're down at the bottom, but you said so, and I could hear. I got her with me, and when she says, take me back into your room, take me back into your room. At least 1,000 things, just 1,000 things that I would do. Pedro is waiting on the line. He's always got the time. Wait, but it is not enough for him. He's got to have a plan. Walking in that line and the work's out in the end. And it hurts. It hurts and so, yes I know it hurts. It hurts until it's cold. Down at the bottom. Pedro, your voice is cold. Down at the bottom, but I said so, I like it here. Got her with me, and when she says, take me back into your room, take me back into your room. At least 1,000 things, at least 1,000 things that I will do. Pedro is waiting on the line, so he's got the time to wait. But it is not enough for him. He's got to have a plan. Looking down that line never works out in the end. And it hurts. It hurts him so. Yes, I know it hurts. It hurts him to his core. Down at the bottom.
All right. Glad to see everybody talking amongst yourselves. All right, so I haven't done this one yet, and kind of curious to how it's going to sound on this guitar. This is the newest one I've been working on, called "You Can't Have My Quit." And this is just basically about not giving up. You know, the world takes this or that away from you. Don't also give it your quit. Just keep going. All right. Thanks, Kitty.
You can't have my quit, I'm not done with it yet. No, you can't have it, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have my quit. No, you can't have it, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have my quit. I haven't suffered long enough, and I'm not giving in. Treading in the deeper waters, I'm gonna learn to swim. No, you can't have it, no, you can't have it. You can't have my quit. No, you can't have it, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have my quit. Be swimming past the models in the deeper waters, I'm not giving in. Just getting started, I'm not departing, I'm not giving in. But you're tired, no, I'm not, and you're giving too much. No one understands you, and you're weak in your game. Don't you feel shame? No one sees what you do. Stop right there, cause I think you're onto something. They just don't see it, but it's on the horizon. Stay static when it's on the automatic, or you'll just blend in. And you can't start winning till you stop believing it. Put in the work in. No, you can't have it, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have my quit. No, you can't have it, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have my quit. No, you can't have it, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have my quit. You can't have it, you can't have it. You can't have my quit.
All right. How's everybody doing? I think we're close to being done here, people. Got a few more in me at the most. Running out of fuel. Stayed up too late. Got up too early. All right. Guess I'm gonna try it on here. I'm gonna test the limits of the neck of this guitar because it's an old guitar and it had some notes that weren't hitting. But I did take it to the local guitar store and he tweaked it a little bit, and so we'll see. We'll see if sweet things possible on this guitar or not. That's certainly not it.
something to really think about. Build your mind up. Yeah, figured it out. What you wanted, could it be found? Oh, my sweet thing, it's alright. I know just how you feel. I can't sleep at night. I don't know what's real. Build your mind up. Yeah, figured it out. What you wanted, could it be found? No, I said you can't expect to find it. Make it happen. Make it happen. All right. So. It hung in there a little bit. French Connection. That was a movie, wasn't it? I don't remember that. My father, I think, had that movie or watched that movie. I don't know. I just that name rings a bell. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up after this one. This will put me close to an hour and a half, which is a long time, honestly, for one of my lives. So I'm happy with that. It's a mashup of a song called All Right Pop and a song called Addiction, and they're both around substance abuse when I wrote them, but they could be for any addiction. You know, there's so many of them out there. So many people have things that consume them, and so this is for anybody struggling with anything that they would want to break free from, basically. All right. Daddy's got a secret about the price of gold. Oh, Junior's too smart, no need to be told. Well, the things you want just can't be bought. Oh, but Junior's too smart, no need to be taught. It's alright, Pop, he can't stop, it's alright, Pop. He can't stop, it's alright, Pop. He can't stop anytime. Well, Daddy's got a secret about the price of gold. Oh, but Junior's too smart, no need to be told. Well, the things you want just can't be bought. Oh, but Junior's too smart, no need to be taught. It's alright, Pop, he can't stop, it's alright, Pop. He can't stop, it's alright, Pop. He can't stop anytime. It's alright, Pop, he can't stop, it's alright, Pop. He can't stop, it's alright, Pop. He can't stop on a dime. Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? He says no way. It takes my pain. He said it takes my pain away. if you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. Oh, if you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. Oh, if you gotta ask, you don't understand. If you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. 'Cause it takes my choice away. Yeah, 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 I said it takes my pain away too. Yeah, but don't you, man, don't you wanna stop? You see, we all care about you and we'd like to see that a lot, yeah. Oh, I know you do, and I get that a lot, but you see, you're not me, you don't know the problems I've got. I said it takes my brain away. Yeah, 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 I said it takes my choice away too. I said it takes my pain away. What, dear? Yeah, I am done. Give me a second to say goodbye to everybody. Oh, goodness. Abby, how are you doing? Is this your first time viewing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you like it, subscribe, come back. I do these live streams pretty much every night. I miss here and there, but it's my rehearsal time. My game plan is to get the songs ready, take them to the studio, and release them. You can find my music where you're streaming, so you can find some full studio versions of my music. There's 2 songs out. The first one was called For Kristen. It's a song I did for my wife. And the second one is a song called Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight. So you can go literally jump off here, find me on Spotify or iHeartRadio or iTunes, wherever you listen to music, and look for BroncoStevens as one word, not like a normal name, Bronco Space Stevens, but all together BroncoStevens. And you can find those songs. And I'll have 6 out by early next year. My 3rd release I'm going to have out shortly. And then I'll have 3 more behind that, finishing up the year. And so, who else do we have out here? Grand Metal, you're back. Yeah, I'm heading out. But thank you for dropping by. Unban, Josh, Denny, Van. Bro, she can't stand her streaming. Yeah, she's not the biggest fan of my music. But I mean, some of the songs. But we just have different taste in music, and it's late, and so we're gonna hang out. Anyhow, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you're not subscribed to BroncoStevens, people, what are you doing? How are we gonna do this again? Subscribe, come back and see me, and I'll see you again tomorrow evening. Be safe, have fun, and thanks for watching.